Maneso biniji nyoma kenne hu ye ochokrikri nyong afi akpe enyo nyoma enyo ke ekpamli na share mo ni hwadene wobo ana wo ke ba hanye share mo na keji ote Facebook ke YouTube abanya ko ye MBN 360 minaja modo te shida na wabo te sajam ne nya ha wo kwa oti ye ni he share mo ekome NPP masijana taw mo kumi nyo nigbaji Kamaldeen Kefonjan ake SIM re-registration ni fe money atwo igbeja no ehia akwala. Yes, kake Jaili Sajin Anlie Ghana gbe nyese afilo 2025 na Kenya money na show CDE billion ohai ekpa nyongma edreke ekomelo 641 billion Ghana cedis niji total debt stock. Ni yemanse sanjamli hwe amane boy file fang ake Ali Larijani gbele ehagbe ni ebaka Iran onupa yeli emni eko Sanjane meke ekoko me ahiji no nyabanu ya shande na Ga-Adafitwaa no agbene sanjene di enchemi mbote mone National Communications Director say kweloke ha NPP masujana tawo moku Kamaldeen Abdullahi ewie keshi gbejanoto ke ha SIM card re-registration eko ni esusu ni femo akia ehehia ni ejishika fitemo
usually pursue their parochial interest and not the public interest. Usually. You see, and I'm saying this without any reservation. Why? The current Minister for Communication, Sam George, is quoted to have said that ours isn't a SIM registration. This is a proper SIM registration.
It's quoted where?
Unquote. Quoted on Major Online.
Very well.
Okay? Ours isn't a SIM re-registration. This is a proper SIM registration. Simply, if you are going to analyze what he has said, what it means is that we don't even have SIM registration at all. If this is what he actually said, what it means is that this country hasn't got any SIM registration, which I beg to differ.
Really?
Completely. I beg to completely differ. You may have some, if you like, a bit of errors. You see, because this is technical. These are machines. These are human beings who put their hands on them. You may have some, if you like, discrepancies a bit, some inaccuracies somewhere. But you cannot rule out that we never did a SIM registration in this country. When in fact, as a member of parliament, as a member of the committee, you were aware that the process went through. You just asked a very profound question, Nana. That did we use our Ghana cards to do the registration or not? And the answer is in the affirmative. We did.
True.
Now, before you acquire a Ghana card, look at the rigorous process we go through.
True.
All these fingers are captured. Okay? So when somebody says there's no matching fingerprints, it is at someone's fault or as a result of someone's fault. Maybe at the process of synchronizing. And come out to tell us. But don't tell us that there's no SIM registration at all, and therefore I want to do it. Look, we cannot live on the whims and caprices of some people who believe their egos is what saved Ghana. No. Why? Are you telling me that Ghana spent money and did nothing? If you are saying there's no SIM registration at all, and then you come in as a government knowing that money was actually budgeted for this process, and the process was done. Now your position as a minister there is that nothing like that has been done, and that person who is supposed to have spearheaded that earlier is walking free, and you think the public purse is needless, we cannot hold the person to book?
My few new amla pe here niji minority eche ni amralo aje si di komeniji levy nika petroleum products no ni ameria ke echu enuchumo eta ni ye echo jachu nika mambi ano ye fu jara ni ewa fence.
The world has changed. The city is no longer absorbing anything. According to projections by the Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies, petrol prices could rise by as much as 16.92% and diesel by 17.2% in the coming pricing window of March 2026 alone, driven by a sharp surge in crude oil prices from approximately $71.41 per barrel to over $100 per barrel in mid-March, amid the war involving the United States, Israel, and Iran. Diesel was selling at 15.60 per liter, and petrol had exceeded 12.40 per liter. The Energy Sector Levies Amendment Act of 2025 officially added approximately 1 Ghana cedi to the price build-up, bringing the total energy sector shortfall and debt repayment levy to 1.95 Ghana cedi for petrol and 1.93 Ghana cedi for diesel. If the guarantee has been restored, and if the cedi is no longer shielding consumers from levies impacts, then the justification for the 1 Ghana cedi doomsday levy has completely evaporated. Keeping it is not policy, it is punishment. We call on government to immediately amend the Energy Sector Levies Amendment Act 2025 under a certificate of urgency to repeal the 1 Ghana cedi doomsday levy forthwith. Additionally, we call on government to direct a comprehensive review of all taxes and levies embedded in the petroleum price build-up and to intensify those that can be suspended or restricted to cushion consumers from the full weights of the current global oil price shock.
Yeah, mlawo pe no me fi oniji minority ewie kashi amralo eyinto kebache nu kekane niji utility tariff no yesusumomli ake je no jinoni baje tole yeme ano.
The Public Utilities Regulatory Commission announced on 13th March 2026 reductions in electricity and water tariffs effective 1st April 2026, with electricity tariffs falling by an average of 4.81% and water tariffs by 3.06%. We say plainly, this reduction is insufficient, and Ghanaian consumers deserve far better. We have carefully reviewed PURC's own quarterly data for 2025. What those figures reveal is a consistent and systematic pattern of overprojection in both inflation and exchange rate assumptions. The warranted tariff reduction for the current period should have been, and I repeat, should have been no less than 10%. Our own analysis of the full year 2025 data concurs. The 4.81% reduction announced by the PURC does not reflect the actual economic conditions of 2025. It reflects a fraction of what consumers are genuinely owed. A 4.81% reduction against a 23% cumulative increase is not relief. Furthermore, we wish to place on record a critical point that this government has deliberately avoided. This reduction has come about while Ghana remains under the IMF program. This incontrovertible proof that the IMF program does not mandate upward tariff adjustment. The MPP did not sign an agreement for perpetual increases. Every single increment imposed on Ghanaian consumers under this administration is the direct result of the policy choices. We call on the PURC to urgently review its methodology using verified actual economic data to implement a corrective adjustment that delivers genuine relief, not less than 10% to consumers in Q3 of 2026.
Yes, Sergeant Koko Mayam Liye, Mahi Nyelo John Dramani Mahama Kefodran Susumoy, Kebato National Economic Dialogue Hina Boamo Niji Enyono, Higbejano, Kemi Bote Afile Nagbimni, Bekpamo Jiake, Eba wa Kenanoya ni Eba Kejekenkle no se, Bemlini Afamonaji, Kehagana Mash Kasanjin Shidamo Jobang.
Last year we held the National Economic Dialogue. This year we're going to hold another National Economic Dialogue because we want to look at the progress we've made from the last one. The last one identified what the issues we had inherited were and what steps we should take to arrest the situation. This year in 2026 we're going to hold a National Economic Dialogue 1 year on, and organized labor is going to be an important part of the dialogue, because it will include all the issues that
John Dramani Mahama ekpe Ghana Armed Forces asrafo nyongma enumo ke edwanite Jamaica ke awa menuchumo ye jame ke samo bemleni Hurricane Melissa koyotwa ke pata ameni bi ahie.
It is with great pride and deep admiration that I stand before you this afternoon to welcome home the Ghana Armed Forces Engineer Reconstruction Team from your mission in the Republic of Jamaica. Following 3 months of distinguished humanitarian and reconstruction service in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. On behalf of the government and people of Ghana, in my capacity as the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, I extend to each one of you a warm and heartfelt welcome home. Your safe return marks the successful conclusion of a demanding mission carried out in the finest traditions of the Ghana Armed Forces. It is a moment not only of reunion with your families and loved ones, but also an occasion of national pride and gratitude. Following the devastation caused by Hurricane Melissa, Ghana, acting in solidarity with the people of Jamaica, deployed your team on 18th December 2025 to support recovery and reconstruction efforts. Over a period of 90 days, you operated under difficult and often austere conditions in communities that were still grappling with the harsh effects of the disaster. And yet, in spite of those challenges, you discharged your responsibilities with remarkable professionalism, discipline, technical competence, and unwavering dedication to duty. In doing so, you did not merely rebuild structures, you helped restore dignity and confidence and hope to the people in distress. The government and the military high command followed your deployment very closely. We monitored your progress with keen interest and took note of the difficult conditions under which you operated. And we observed with pride the resilience, innovation, teamwork, and discipline with which you overcame every obstacle that came your way. Your performance has brought honor not only to yourselves and your families, but also to the Ghana Armed Forces and to our dear nation, Ghana. Although the mission thankfully recorded no loss of life or injury, it demanded sacrifice, endurance, and an uncommon sense of duty. You left behind your homes, your families, and the comfort of familiarity to answer a call of service beyond our borders.
And he asked them, when he sent them, do you lack anything? And they said, we lack nothing. I pray that this will be your story. As you live for God and you work for God and you support God's work, you will look back and say, I have lacked nothing in my life. We want to thank God and thank God again that Friday is a night of prayer, prophetic night, healing night, the Word of God night, and worship night. Every Friday in Maranatha Power Ministries. And I'm inviting you, beloved, if we don't realize the warfare we are in, the devil will defeat you as a child of God. And the most strangest things and unfortunate things in the church today is good believers who are weak. You are good, but you are weak spiritually. God wants you to be strong because he says in Ephesians chapter 6 verse 10, He says, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. You see, there are certain battles you cannot win in the day. This Friday and every Friday, I'm inviting you to Maranatha Power Ministries for breakthrough night, signs and wonders night, prophetic night, healing night, deliverance night, and salvation night. Let me see you this Friday. If you want more direction, the telephone numbers on the screen. Please call. And also, you can watch me on MBN TV every time we are having service. And also, watch me and be with me on all the social media platforms you will see on the screen. Remember this, Jesus prayed in the night. Even the Son of Man prayed all night. It's our time. God bless.
Shida Cleo no ake uhoyo biye MBN shani Ga-Adafitwaa no wakabaje shishi ye shikake jaili sanjam nie Ghana gbe nyese afi low 2025 na kenyomolo total debt stock ni na show sidie billion ohai ikpa nyomai edreke ekome low 641 billion cedis ni kadi onyomomu no gbomo.
None ejekpo ye Bank of Ghana lo Ghana shikato he wulu ewojiana abuamo niji summary of economic and financial data ke ha ochokuku nyo afinem data ni jekpo echonake Ghana debt to GDP ratio bashin keba ohamninja nyomai edreke enumoke se eten niji 45.3%. Yeah, 2024 low afi enyon ma nyomo ife ni enye niji total debt stock damo sidie billion oha ikpawo nyoma enyoke ikpa kese ikpawo niji 726.7 billion Ghana cedis ni debt to GDP ratio damo ohamlinja nyoma ikpa ke komike se ikpanyo niji 61.8%. Nyamling bele mo jelekpo ake nyomo ifeni anye niji debt stock gbeshi keje alimlenyo keba afwabe nyono nyese afi jarayeli ni amlingbelelo ikome niji market analyst kefodran ake neke shigbe mone je sidie no wo moni ena yenyese afi emi titiri kemba afi farmlingbe yibo ile huni eje Ghana Statistical Service keba chomling ake Ghana mash kasajin keji abu afe na lo abuya konta edamo sidie trillion komeke se edre niji 1.4 trillion Ghana cedis keje 1.1 trillion Ghana cedis ye afi enyo niji 2024 neke biamli no.
Noni wakabagbe na ye shikake jaili sanjam nie Sarah Hewale Nuchuloke Nuchumoche Nukwake ha Institute for Energy Policies and Research kwajopoku ewie ake amralo ebiane yegbekono behewale kebaje jachuni ibakafo jarai ano ni ike IMF nachi nibikome ke shika nogbomo fe nokwemo.
I've seen that some of the oil marketing companies initially came up with some prices. They've reduced it a bit. It's good for all of us if it is reduced, but it's just the unnecessary politics that is playing out. And karma is real, as if it's by God's intervention to show them that all the things they said in opposition, they will face it and see how they treat it. When we had the Russian-Ukraine war and we had the COVID-19, and off the back of that, prices were high. Then we heard all the things that they claim can be done and should be done. Today, they are in power. Why can't they do the same? Why is the Ghanaian having to feel the full brunt of what the international shocks are? They talk about bad shock absorbers that was available then. Now, have they provided anything to help the Ghanaian? No. One of the things that normally you would have used would be the price stabilization and recovery levy, which unfortunately, the IMF is not allowing us to use because it is seen as part of government revenue, which
it's very unfortunate that it's seen that way, because the whole idea of the price stabilization recovery levy was to basically zero out to give some small relief to Ghanaians when prices are high. But due to the IMF interventions, we are not allowed to touch it and zero it out when prices go high. So obviously, that remedy is not available. So it's unfortunate those utterances were made.
Oba for Ishkomeko ke wakun se wakwa hin e ba chon man se konuwa kono nete no ye jeme.
Yena yenim say about the heartbeat of entertainment and one the ultimate show with AJ Barker. Ane and for say chini enim dawa ye monchen. Yena ye what the hottest trend, the juicy gist, exclusive interview with your favorite celebrity and NASA influencer. And ya numpon ye be say di asa e will show no so HI nase. Kaina won say if it is trending, we are talking about. If it is entertainment, we got you covered. And it's never so me every Friday exactly 4 p.m. The ultimate show with AJ Barker is always a vibe.
The ultimate show this and every Friday at 4 p.m. only on MBN TV. MBN, the gospel, news and entertainment.
Nonu wakabaje shishi kegbe na ye manse sajam niye koyo Israel koyo mlintutu amoni egbe Iran manhibulo nupa Ali Larijani eje Islamic Republic ataimo oti nihe ekpo ke hesale ye nuchumo kemla shishito ke ishebe ni mliwa.
Larijani J. Asrafo Yatin Onupalo military commander she keji ebale susumo ikeyin toyi ni bajaje Iran ma eji mo oti ni fatahi akeni leji wolomalonupa keha Supreme National Security Council leji tri keha susumo ife ni bayano keji tahu mokubayano lo tahu mokubano ma sajin nibi alo ma hikpamo ke agbene ma hebu sajin fe keye efatahi eko egbemi hiechi moko ni keji erie eshoshom titiri keji ebalesaji niko Iran US ke Israel hi fese ni agbe onupa fefe niji Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei oflonyon gbiniji nyoma enyo kekpa nyo no Larijani lehun woso ifio neha aleake Iran esa ehe kata humo nise jike egbele biane ni Iran ma Ga-Adafitwaa loi emanomie ba bemli ni onupa ekpanakpana niyo Iran egboi ke asrafe ate onupa ekomeniji military commanders lehun egboi ye ochi fio komine neke gbele ni ete no neji modern ni US ke Israel ma ntawabo ke gbajo Iran ma onupa yeli mi lo ekwe ame fite ame onupa yeli lo amefa ishishi ye tahumobe amli Larijani ni echon ise ne aleake isanewa mo ne keji ibale nibi kenshi West alo US ke majinko kume shi huwe ke ibale nuchumo ekeshwe kwala ibo modern igbejano to nisa etu ofe pepepe ke hani ma anye aya ehie lano eji moko ni enye mi ahun ni Iran ke China enashramo ni sejike alo na nyubo ni esheshone.
Wakabaje shi kegbina ye hetre je mo niji wona agbe she mo mlie Gbese District Court eto show chekwekwe nyon biniji nyomai enyon ke enumo afine ke ba kojo ni amlingbelemo ni ko Frederick Kumi na lele ake abutri kasanjin ke emanse ya ke ha kojo mohi.
Sanene Joshishi ke nibimo kenje United States onukpai ango ke mimbini angme abutri kai ahani ebaje sanjiana kenko ojutra ya na nungbajano low wire fraud ke gbejano to ke ba fo ju shika niji money laundering he abutrika mlaleloi ni Oliver Baker voma wonyenye ke na chinwolo ete momo ke mimbi no hiwo ni sake ajele aha mlaleloi riake tomo iniyo 1931 wojin low extradition treaty mliye ha majin enyo naka higbe ake amebangme ehi amehame voma wochomling ake wire fraud niji ojotra ya na nungbajano ke shikahe fomo niji money laundering niyo wojamliye ke mlane enye ngle komeno mlale loite no amewie ake Ghana nyeng eke ehi afonyese nemla low domestic legislation no kegbele gbejano to nemli kemi manomi ake sanini bimo niyo leje moke hamo niji extradition nemli ketomo ni majin enyo susu pepepe afe yi chokome ye afangbe hue oblanta ni je swedro hunte kojomohe kemi bini angme abutri kahe akeni mamwefe he yesanenemli eko enehi won kojomo he kojomo ye sanenemli jinoni bachon keji abangme ehe lo mla keleba ye kenyahie
Yo abladi abibe bi energy heni be bangme ogbeni wo ke shane na hye moya wa shidani wo baya nya ha wo kwa oti ye ni jikwe hye moya mli eko
NPP masijana tawo mokumi nyo nigbeji Kamaldeen Kefonjan ake sim re-registration ni femoni atwo igbejano he enyi akwala. Yes, kake jaili sanjin amliye Ghana gbe nyese afilo 2025 na kenyomoni na show sidie billion ohai ekpa nyongmai edreke ekomilo 641 billion Ghana cedis niji total debt stock. Ni yemanse sanjamli hwe amanie boy file fang ake Ali Larijani gbelie ehagbe ni ebaka Iran onupa yeli emling eko.
Mimoni ke hye mo eba nyegbenoji na jama odote ke afi ofeche dromo oba pe wo shane ne ke biami no nye wala don ke bi ni nyeyi ke kwewo.